to another get it all done style video, how to eat healthy for cheap. Stay tuned for the end of the video because I am going to share with you some quick tips that I have found over the years that really help me stay on track when it comes to a grocery budget, to eat healthy for cheap, and I love sharing these ideas with you because I hope to inspire you in your own kitchen. We're going to start with a little bit of a grocery haul, a shop with me. We're going to prep a lot of food and I'm going to give you so many meal ideas for the week ahead. Let's go shopping at Trader Joe's together. So I shared this a couple of weeks ago in another video, but Trader Joe's has done such a good job with not inflating their prices like our other stores in our area. Walmart is probably the worst. Smith's and Albertsons, they have good sales sometimes. Also, let me know if you tried those vegan enchiladas. I didn't get them. I almost got them for my husband and I didn't. Same with the vegetarian chili. It doesn't actually have any cheese in it, I don't think. It might have milk, I don't know. But I almost got it for him and then I was like, ooh, I could just make chili for cheaper. Anyways, I love Trader Joe's because I feel like their prices are just not moving. And I always feel like they have the best produce. Albertsons definitely has the second best produce. And when they have things on sale, I will grab the stuff there too. But I already went there last week and I needed a Trader Joe's haul. Those brown tomatoes, also I need to know if you guys have tried them and what you're going to do with them because I grabbed them. I think they're like a specialty item that probably aren't around that often because I've never seen them before. And Trader Joe's always has the best fruit. And I'll actually share with you a way to keep your berries if you want to buy them on sale. And then they will keep for a long, long time if you don't want to put them in the freezer. And I'm probably the only person in the world who doesn't like cotton candy grapes. Let's start with the grocery haul so we can get the show on the road. I'm just going to kind of walk through everything that we got at Trader Joe's. We do need to go to Smith's today, but I probably won't show you that haul because it'll be boring. It'll be like toilet paper and essentials. We've been shopping a lot at Trader Joe's recently because I really like that their prices are not going up. Example, this tofu, I talked about this a couple of videos back, has not gone up in like 2 years. It's still $1.79 a pack for us. That's crazy because right now at Smith's, tofu sometimes is like $3.29 per pack if it's not on sale. So $1.79, and I love the extra firm. I don't even press it. But let's start in the beginning. Blueberries, strawberries, zucchini, tofu, mushrooms. I'm gonna do a mushroom gravy this week. You'll see a lot of recipes in this video using a lot of these things, but you're also gonna see another video happening really quickly thereafter. Kumquats, what is happening? What are these beautiful little sour, sweet, magical oranges? I don't know. Are they oranges? They're citrus, right? It's like a lemon and an orange had a tiny little baby. It tastes like a Sour Patch Kid. I don't even know. I eat the whole thing, skin on, everything. This bag was much fuller yesterday. I ate over half of these after we got home. I rinsed them and had half the bag and wish I would have bought every single bag of kumquats in the store. These are amazing. Comment down below and let me know if you've had them or if you like them. If you've never had them, I'm dying to know. All I know about these is I saw them once on Food Network and then saw them again at Trader Joe's and was like, oh, I want to try them. I'm gonna go back today and buy them all. Okay, bye. Anyways, enough about the kumquats. Well-rested tea. I really just needed something to relax my mind at night, and I got this about a year ago, and I used it up last week, and it was beautiful. I just have a hard time shutting off my mind. I don't know if I have like ADHD or what, but I'm like in go mode from the moment I wake up and start my day, and then when I try to lay down at night, I cannot. So I got some of this. I also decided to get the Moroccan mint green tea. I heard it was really good, and I've just been on a tea kick, so I grabbed one of those. I love matcha, but never make it at home. I should get one of those little spinny things on Amazon, but I got the single serve because the container of matcha is like full of sugar and I didn't really want that. And then to go with it, because these two together literally cost as much as like a matcha that I get at any coffee shop, and it's like, oh, I can have many more. I can have 7 of them for the price of 1. Anyways, I did get the unsweetened almond cashew macadamia nut beverage. I should be good with this blend, I hope. A lot of times my body doesn't really like cashews. Macadamia nuts, I'm not really sure, but we'll see. I mean, it's not like very many in there. I'm assuming it's mostly like water and stuff. Yeah, there's filler in it. People tell me all the time to make my own nut milk. Never have, never will. The apple and cinnamon yogurt looked really good, and we decided to do this for breakfast. Just something different than regular oats. Sometimes I love regular oats, but sometimes they just get really boring, and I can just take a packet of this with me to go in the morning and make it work. These were new, so we had to grab 2. The grilled olives. My husband's a huge olive person, and I just thought that would be so good on a charcuterie board, as a snack board, or just to eat right out of the jar as a snack before dinner. But I might get creative and put these in like a pasta salad or something. We'll see what I end up doing with them. But grab 2 jars of those. A couple of staples, the roasted garlic marinara sauce and the bruschetta. These are so good if you dunk potatoes in them. So I got a bag of the regular sweet potatoes, and then the, are these like the Japanese? I don't know how to say that word. I'm not going to say it on YouTube because I'll butcher it, and then someone will say, you didn't say it right. So I got a bag of the purple ones and the orange ones, and I love them both so much. And then I also have never seen these before, the brown tomato. I love tomatoes. Literally tomatoes, potatoes, pickles. I could live off of those 3 foods. And I thought these would be really good roasted with these. I don't know if you have like a special thing that you're supposed to do with them, let me know. I was going to Pinterest them later and just see. But yeah, like, what? I don't know. Hopefully they're really acidic and really delicious. So the meatless ground plant-based crumbles, my husband loved these. I actually tried a little bit of them. They're like interesting. I don't know, but they're like $3 a bag, and you can put them with marinara, and then like, I was thinking, I got a couple bags of them. We have another jar of marinara here. I could add them to this spinach cashew ravioli, and he could have that as like a lunch and just kind of bulk this up a little bit. But last time I got these, I just put them with spaghetti and marinara, and it was super easy. Like 10-minute meal. It was awesome. Got some coconut milk because if I feel motivated to make a curry this week, I will. I have a couple of peppers on hand. I have some zucchinis. I'll just throw in some spices and some sweet potatoes. I thought that would be like a really awesome dinner. Sunflower spread is a huge staple for us. We really like it because I can't have peanuts. My husband can't have almonds, and it's like a good, like, just common ground that we can use. We love this in oatmeal, on rice cakes, with sandwiches, whatever. Like, eating it by the spoonful, it's really delicious. Okay, last 2 things, frozen blueberries. I just got 1 pack because we have the cherry berry blend on hand from Trader Joe's, and I also have a bunch of mango. And then I did get some of these avocado to go because I have had a hard time with avocado like my entire adult life, but recently, if I have just a little bit, I'm usually good. And I thought this would help like keep eating it, so that way maybe my body will get used to it. I don't know. But then also my husband can take these to go, and they don't brown like a regular avocado, so it's kind of nice. There's 6 of them in there, and they're not too expensive, so got those. So there you have the Trader Joe's haul. I don't know, I spent like $100-ish, I don't even know. But there is the haul. Let's get started with all the prep for today. I love food prep. There is nothing that puts me more in the mood to eat healthy, to eat on a budget, than to be in my kitchen and prep everything, and I love doing it once a week. The problem I have is sometimes I feel a little bit guilty because this is my favorite style of video to film because it helps me out the most. But I feel bad because I can't make this kind of video every single week. So I almost lose myself in trying to create things that I think everyone else is going to like. It's so difficult because this helps me out. And I'm like, okay, this makes me feel motivated. It makes me feel inspired. It helps me for my busy weeks. But I can't put this type of video out every single week because that's not very helpful. And the reason I share on the internet is to be helpful. So first, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on today's video, and let me know down below, what is your favorite type of video? Do you like videos that are, I create a whole meal plan on a specific budget? Please pause. I don't know what happened to this container. It must have got put in the dishwasher and it melted. So RIP to my produce container that had to go in the recycling. Anyways, I'd love to hear what kind of videos you like the most. I always, if I watch YouTube, I watch people get it all done. Their grocery haul, their meal prep, their meals for the week. Those are my favorite. Otherwise, I just catch up and watch my friends' vlogs. I don't really watch a lot of YouTube anymore. What's your favorite? Do you like lunch ideas? Do you like dinner ideas? Do you just like anything that has to do with food? Do you like little budget videos, big budget videos when it has a dollar sign with it? I'd love to hear down below because obviously variety is the spice of life. Even though these are my favorite types of videos, if I were to film them every single week, I would be bored with myself. I do have a dinners video coming out Saturday, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, because I'm going to do a full week of dinners just to kind of share something different. Last week I did lunches, this week I'm doing dinners. Again, that does kind of help me, so then I say, okay, like we're having this for dinner and I'm going to make it even after a long day just to get it done. So if you're curious, I did use baking soda with my berries. I saw on Instagram with, oh, I can't remember the account. Something to do with Kale Junkie. She said if you let your berries soak in about 2 teaspoons, a tablespoon, something to do with baking soda, cold water, let them soak for 15-20 minutes. It cleans them really well. They were beautiful. It's hard to tell, I feel like, on camera what they look like before, but berries kind of look bland, and then when you wash them they can look really good, and a lot of times just the water shining off them, but they looked so good. The water was like kind of dirty, but she said if you put them in baking soda and then put them in a container and then put a piece of paper towel over the top of them so it absorbs the excess water as they sit in your refrigerator, that they should last for up to 2 weeks. And she had a tip that if you find berries on sale and you don't want to put them in the freezer, you can do that. Another tip she had is obviously to buy them on sale, put them in the freezer. She also put them in her food processor. No, I think it was her blender, and then made like little ice cubes of berries so that you can take them out later and enjoy them, because you're still getting the nutrients from the berry. You're just eating it in a different way, almost like you can put it in a smoothie, or you can take that frozen popsicle, cube and eat it, which sounds delicious when it's hot out, especially here because it gets so hot. But berries don't tend to last very long in our house, and my husband's supposed to eat blueberries. Winky face, if you know what I mean. And so here is just some of the produce that I have. We don't buy a lot of fresh produce every single week because we just buy enough that lasts for us. And yes, I was snacking on those kumquats. They taste like if Sour Patches were a fruit. Anyways, I don't buy a ton of fresh produce every week. I tend to front load our week with fresh produce and then have frozen or canned for the back end of the week. And if I'm shopping for multiple weeks at a time, then I just have a little bit of fresh and then mostly frozen and canned. And really, there's nothing wrong with frozen. There's nothing wrong with canned. I share all the time that for me, it's actually my preference to get frozen and canned because I know it's been touched less, it's traveled less, it's picked at peak, it's frozen and then packed, and then it comes directly to me in a package, versus like berries and fruit and potatoes and everything that I'm buying in the produce section. It has been handled so many times, and when I think about that too often, I think it's kind of gross. Anyways, okay, so we're moving on to lunch prep. I just decided to kind of bulk meal prep so we could just kind of take things with us. We're going to have leftovers this week, so I wasn't going to over prep things because then we have too much and then it goes in the freezer and it just becomes a cycle. So I try to do the bare minimum every single week. So I would rather run out of food than have too much, if I'm being honest, because I think that just has a lot to do with like creating and sharing content. But I would much rather that we eat through everything every single week, because then I don't have to do a pantry challenge, which I do need to do one soon, because there was a week of food that I purchased and then I didn't make any meals with it because life was so crazy. And then we ended up being gone and life just happens sometimes. Okay, so I decided to do bulk food prep. So I went with the potatoes, I added some zucchini. You'll see what I'm doing with the rest of the zucchini here in a little bit. And some tofu, roasted it at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes until it was perfect for me. And I get a lot of questions about pressing my tofu. If you want to press your tofu and that's how you like it, that's fine. I'm perfectly happy with just taking it out of the container, squeezing off the excess water, and putting it into my oven like that. I'm very minimal. I don't have a lot of kitchen gadgets. I don't see a reason to have a lot of kitchen gadgets. Sure, they're helpful, but like I'm happy eating the way I eat, so I don't really need a lot of stuff. But I find that my preference with tofu, because for a long, long time I didn't like it, that I really enjoy it this way. And if I season it well, and it's just really good. It's also better in a conventional oven. It gets like a little crispier, but the water that's left over on it kind of helps season it, and it reheats really well like this. So this is how I do it. If you want to press it, you can press it. That's fine. Yeah, whatever works for you. Everybody likes their own things. That's why they have so many different kinds of tofu and different options for it. I also really like crunchy tofu with cornstarch, but I didn't have any on hand. Usually I add like seasoning and cornstarch and toss it in that and then put it in the oven, but I didn't have any on hand. So this is what I end up doing for lunches this week. It's not super a lot, but like I said, we will have leftovers. I got this a couple weeks ago at Trader Joe's. I put it on potatoes. It was pretty good. But that's about all I probably will do with it. Did you guys ever eat the pizza Pringles? They came out when I was in college. They're really gross. And my friend, when I said I got this, was like, ooh, all I can think of is pizza Pringles. And I was like, oh my God, you ruined this for me. I cannot use it anymore. So a lot of you gave me some really great ideas on Instagram. You put it in your marinara sauce, you put it on your pizzas. So I might try that later this week, maybe put it in the marinara, but it's really good on potatoes. But that's about it. So far, that's all I found that I like it on. I thought it would be really helpful to share some of the meals that we're having this week. My husband might be eating, I might be eating, like just in general, just to kind of give you some ideas without actually showing you the meals because they're super easy. This is going to be a meal that my husband's going to have twice, and he'll just take the leftovers with him for lunch. Just some spaghetti, the meatless ground, and some marinara sauce. Literally a 10-minute meal. He can take the leftovers with him to work if he wants to. He can eat the whole thing. I don't even care, but like this is something that is super easy, and I feel like it's a good family meal, and it's really inexpensive, and it would feed a lot of people. My husband's just a big guy, and sometimes he eats a lot. So there is one meal that we're gonna have this week that I feel like is just so simple. I don't need to actually make it to share the idea. You're probably thinking, why did she go ahead and cut up all this zucchini? Like, just leave it as it is. So I actually cut it up for breakfast. I feel like if I cut it up, I'm more apt to use it, and I'm going to actually try throwing it in my oatmeal, hence why I got the flavored oatmeal. I can do this for both of us, and again, it's something I can take with me to work if I want to, but I have like a mini food processor that is cordless. I share it with you all the time. It's linked down below. I'm gonna put some of this in the food processor and then put it in a bowl to go, grab a packet, and then just make it later in the morning or immediately after my run, so I don't even have to think about it. And if I cut it up like this, I know I'm going to use it because it's already sitting there ready to go for a busy morning. If it's in like an actual zucchini and I have to wash it and then cut it in half and then put it in the food processor, I probably won't do it, just being honest. It just saves me a step in the morning, and I'm gonna try to add zucchini to my oats. I've tried this before and I didn't think I loved it, so I thought if I tried the flavored oats, I might really like it. So there's just another idea, getting some veggies in with a quick starch. When it comes to saving money on groceries and eating healthy for a low budget, a lot of times you have to be really honest with yourself. And this is like the tough love that people don't always wanna hear, but if your grocery budget is really small and you are trying to pay for everything yourself, then you have to pick and choose your items. A lot of times when we were really strict on our grocery budget, we ate less fruits and veggies and more high volume starches because then we filled our bellies. If you are someone who is in super need of food and you're here on YouTube just looking for ideas, I want to encourage you to reach out to your local food pantry. If you are someone who's in need, you don't have to do it all by yourself. You can find a lot of resources. If you are in the US, you can call 211. But being honest with yourself and seeing what your grocery budget is, sometimes it means you can't purchase everything. A huge part of our personal planning every single month is something that I do, and that is I meal plan. And a lot of times I jump on Pinterest to get inspired. I was in a food rut for a few weeks, and I just feel like it had a lot to do with just doing so much that I just wasn't wanting to be in the kitchen, wasn't wanting to do things, but I'm out of that. I'm really happy to say, like, today was so fun being in my kitchen. I posted a lunch video last week if you need some inspo for lunches that you can take on the go if you work, but getting on Pinterest really helps me personally just to visually see meals. A lot of times I don't use the actual Pinterest recipe because it has 10, 15, 20 ingredients, and I'm like, this is so expensive to make. Like, knock it down to like 3 or 4 and I will make it. So I stick to really simple, easy meals. I also always meal plan. I write out the day and the dinner we're having. I know we're always gonna have leftovers, and I know a lot of times for lunch, it's very sporadic. I'll send lunches with my husband that I pre-make on the weekends. Like you saw today, I made tofu and zucchini and sweet potatoes. I'll send that with both of us, and then when it's gone, I might make more. But lunches are kind of sporadic, and then for breakfast it's kind of the same thing. We might have a smoothie, or you might take oatmeal. I might have breakfast cookies I've made, just kind of whatever. And I'm not ashamed to say sometimes I eat leftover dinners. but we definitely always meal plan, and then making a grocery list. I like to put the grocery list in my phone or my husband's phone so I can check it off every single time we go to the store, and then I can add to it, and I always physically have my phone with me. I am a paper and pen person, but I realized that like I always have my phone, so let's just put it in the phone. And I make a grocery list and I stick to it. If you have a hard time sticking to a grocery list when you go to the grocery store because you get distracted, or you see something else that looks good, or you're like, oh, I want this instead, I highly encourage you to try grocery pickup. Yes, it might cost an extra couple dollars, but in the long run, it might actually save you a lot because you're making your list online, you're ordering your groceries, you pull in, you call them, they bring it out to your car, and then you're not distracted or overspending when you go to the store. So those are my helpful tips, and I will repeat them over and over and over and over to those that need ideas, who are looking to save money on grocery prices because inflation is happening. And a lot of times sticking to your grocery budget is really, really difficult because you're getting less food for the amount of money that you were a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever. But I do encourage you to use a little tough love with yourself if you are looking to stick to your grocery budget, is just to be honest with yourself. But of course, if you do really need help, there's help out there for you. I hope you had an awesome time watching today's video. It was a lot of fun for me. These are my favorite types of videos to film, when I just get in my kitchen and get so much done for the week ahead. For us, it really helps to have everything done so we can just open our fridge and go each and every day. So thank you so much for stopping in. If you're not subscribed, please do so. You'll see a video from me every single Saturday, and sometimes I even sprinkle in a couple extra throughout the week like this one. I'll see you Saturday in a new video. Bye-bye.